Hello. So I just wanted to do a quick recording of a new feature coming in Camel 4.6. So what you see on the screen is Visual Studio with the Kyoto plugin installed. I have one of the Camel JBang examples called Kafka Health loaded into the editor. So it has two camera routes. This one is called the producer, where we pick up Chuck Norris jokes every 10 seconds. Then we log it, and then we send to a Kafka on a topic called foobar, running on localhost. I have a local Kafka instance running with Docker Compose. The consumer side is the one that will then listening on that same topic and then basically just log it as well. So one of the features you can then do with Camel JBang is to run this. You can either run these consumer and producer together in the same JVM, or you can separate them and run one each JVM. So for example, let's just say here, just this is the screen. I'll say Camel PS, Camel 4.6 snapshot. There's no Camel running, so Camel get will say nothing. Over here I had Docker Compose running. So let's go back and say, okay, I want to run the producer Camel run, and then that one. So this is running vanilla Camel, what is also called Camel main. As you can see here are the Chuck Norris jokes running. If I say Camel get, I can see Camel 4.6 snapshot running the JBang as one message in total. Every 10 seconds, that should be it. Now it's 2, etc. So that's pretty okay, right? This is just vanilla Camel. But one feature that's coming for 6 is I want to actually run this with Spring Boot. So I can say spawn time is Spring Boot. So what happens now is that it takes a little longer to start, because Camel is preparing for running with Spring Boot, setting up as a real Spring Boot project. You can see the Spring Boot logo coming here, and it's started up. Now it's running inside Spring Boot. If I go back here and say Camel get, you can see now the platform is Spring Boot. One message the total, but it's similar experience you get here with Camel JBang. Camel get route and what else you have. Now you can also run that with now let me run the consumer side of things. So I can say the consumer can then run Quarkus instead. Again, same thing happens. Quarkus will then be prepared and run. First time takes a little longer, but then it starts out. Now it's running Camel Quarkus instead. So now we have the producer and consumer. So the producer will send message to the topic, and the consumer should then pick up and run those. Yes, here it comes. It does a different kind of logging where you see all the information, so you can see headers and things like that. But here's one of the jokes. If you go back here and say, no, sorry, Camel get, just more easy. You can see there are two camels running now. We need to work a little bit with the names and the platform. The platform on when you run on Quarkus is not detected that is Quarkus, so there's a bug or improvement we need to do in Camel Quarkus to detect and say this is Quarkus. You can also see the version of Camel is a bit older because we don't have the latest release of Camel Quarkus, or I haven't built one locally. But again, a new Quarkus release will come out with Camel 4.5 soon. So this is pretty neat that you can then try your Camel. Let's say for production users, you often want to run in Quarkus or Spring Boot, and then with JBang, you typically just run that with standard Java. But now it's easy to say, okay, I just also want to run that in the real thing with Quarkus, etc. You can now do that. There are some limitations on when doing that. They comes with both Spring Boot and Quarkus has the reload mode as well, but it's not as elaborate as Camel JBang is. If you start to add new dependencies and components, then JBang was able to auto download those and just run with that. Spring Boot and Quarkus will not do that. Maybe that's something we can improve in the future, but this is the first cut of it. You can also change, let me see if I can, Spring Boot version. For example, there's this one, I want to use an older Spring Boot version. See, now it's using 3.2.2, but with Camel 4.6. So this allows you also to very quickly to mix and match the different versions between Camel and Spring Boot. So let's say if you need to reproduce something or just try it out on a specific version, let's say it works on 3.2.5 but not on 3.2.2, and then you want to find the version where it breaks, so you can easily try the version in between. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Oops, how do I stop?